Hi, fourth grade. The purpose of this video is to help you get caught up in virtual art class if you missed our live meeting during the week of October 13th through October 16th. If you are looking at our Google Classroom stream, you are going to notice that all of our September instruction has been removed. Most of that information has been moved into our new and improved virtual art classroom at the bottom of the stream. If you click on that file, the first page has our links to helpful information and answers to frequently asked questions. The next page has links to our monthly choice boards for each grade level. Then you will find links to our monthly tips and techniques. On the next page, you will find reminders on how to take a good photograph of your artwork and a link to step-by-step instructions for how to turn that project in digitally at the end of the month. The next page is all about the monthly review, which is the second half of your assignment for the month. You can read the questions here, or you can listen to the questions by clicking on each of the icons that are to linked videos. The next 3 pages contain how we work with our heart, our hands, and our mind like an artist. The last page includes links to our virtual art galleries. Artwork is organized by month and by grade level. Last week in our live meeting, we took a look at the virtual art schedule for October and talked about your choices for how you can stay engaged in art making during this month. We talked about the importance of brainstorming and writing down ideas so that you will have help to remember what we have to do this month. Brainstorming is also a great way to plan your project. This week I have tips and techniques that I'm going to be teaching you. These tips and techniques could be something that you include in your art project for the month, but it is not a requirement. No matter what, learning about different artists and art making techniques is a way for you to learn and grow as an artist. When you open that file, you're going to notice on the first page there is a link to where you can watch me work. Op art, short for optical art, is a style of visual art that uses optical illusions. Op artworks are abstract, with many better-known pieces created in black and white. Typically, they give the viewer the impression of movement, hidden images, flashing and vibrating patterns, or of swelling and warping. Bridget Riley is an English painter known for her op art paintings. She lives and works in London. Her style developed in the 1960s and was influenced by many sources, one of which was George Seurat and his technique of pointillism. Now this image is just for fun. What do you see here? Do you see a series of lines and rectangles? Or do you see a series of lines and circles? Blotted line technique. Andy Warhol's drawing, "The Cat Resembled My Uncle Pierre," is one of many illustrations he created using a type of line drawing known as the blotted line technique, which he also invented. Warhol first experimented with blotted line while still at college. He continued to craft this technique in his commercial work in New York City through the 1950s. Blotted line helped Andy Warhol to create a variety of illustrations along a similar theme. This type of production allowed him to bring multiple ideas to his clients to increase the odds that one of his drawings would then be chosen for the final advertisement. Blotted line combines drawing with basic printmaking. Warhol began by copying a line drawing in pencil on a piece of non-absorbent paper, like tracing paper. In my video, I used a Ziploc bag. Next, he hinged this piece of paper to a second sheet of more absorbent paper by taping their edges together on one side. With a fountain pen, Warhol inked over a small section of the drawn lines. He then transferred the ink onto a second sheet by folding along the hinge and lightly pressing or blotting the two papers together. The process resulted in the dotted, broken, and delicate lines that are a characteristic of Warhol's illustrations. Warhol often then colored his blotted line drawings with watercolor dye or even applied gold leaf. Here we have the finished example that I made while I showed you about hatching and cross-hatching, and my fall leaves collage in which I used the blotted line technique in the leaves, did some other printmaking in the background, and upcycled security envelopes to make the tree. After live instructions this week, you should be starting your art project. I am looking for a project that you have spent around 45 minutes working on. That project is due by the end of the school day on Friday, October 30th. Next week's art class will be a work day. This will give you time to work on your project, to get feedback, or to share your work. I will also be assigning the Google Doc file for your project and monthly review next week for when your project is finished. So Lincoln Trail, gather up those art supplies and get started on your project for October. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.